Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, Dawn
Morning.
Stamper. Have
Good
you just
morning.
gotten up and is it a
Are you
work
sure it's
day
me?
today?
Are you sure it's me?
It looks like you and it sounds like you. And we're very happy to see you back because today we're going to get very close and intimate with our hair loss and how careful selection of wigs can really go a long way in our everyday life, right?
Right.
So, as we've already discussed, look at this ponytail. When you let go of this hair, it just floats down. And you think, oh, why don't you just put it down and have a look? Look at this. Can you imagine me going to work like this?
Well, here's me at work.
That's such a good look. My goodness, you're so glamorous.
I
Now,
couldn't
the
do it. I
thing
couldn't
is
do it.
that you had been going to work like that, haven't you?
Well, when I had enough to kind of hide as much as I could, but I mean this is coming back in now. This is what I always say. This is like permatease.
Yeah,
When you part it and it's got all that stuff, and they're like, if you don't like that permatease look, well then hopefully, this is permatease. Like that's what permatease looks like when you shift the part.
yeah.
So yeah.
Did
So
did you
I mean, I did.
did you cut your hair, or is that just how it's growing at the moment?
It was I had nothing. I was down to the scalp, and like I was trichotillomania, like start on one side and it'll like make this sweeping motion around, and so like see it's like it goes like around and then it goes around again, and usually that's about 4 years worth, and it's yeah,
Yeah.
but
So it's not
so
really, you know, the whole purpose of this episode is to talk about how to select the right wig to take you from the desk to dinner. Now, of course, neither of us, I work at a desk just for part of the day. I don't know whether you actually work at a desk, but the idea is that it's a look that puts you together well at work, a hairstyle that serves you well at work, that you can then zhuzh up, dress up, and add the accessories to bring you into a date, maybe even a dinner date. Wouldn't that be fabulous?
Well, I think about my sister. She's a registered nurse, and she used to work, at the hospital in her scrubs, and she worked in the offices, and so she had one part where she was patient care, and then she went into the offices, and then she went after COVID, went back into or with COVID, I guess, and now she works where I work, and she's so it's the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of thing. Whether you're dealing with patients or not, you're still going to be wearing wigs. And like me, I'm working with bloodborne pathogens, and so I work with, I'm in the front in the offices or in the reception area, if you will. So yeah, so I'm representation of the medical field, and you're the office, even though you're in the medical field too. So
I am, but I am at a desk for part of the day. And like you, I had been going to work with actually no hair. And if you want to know what my hairstyle was like every single day for years, and I would catch like that.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
see?
Hmm.
Over time, this got thinner and thinner. I actually lost all the hair in this. I've got a triangular area here. Everything at the top got thinner and thinner, and likewise at the back, which is unbelievable that it would fall out here at the back. Okay, so we're going to make our faces up as though we were actually going to work, and we are going to deal with some bobs. And we've
Yeah,
particularly selected Alva. You've got three Alvas. You've got a Paula Young Ashley that's coming to you in the post.
coming.
Yeah, and I really wish it was here, but never mind, because I know you had an Ashley before, didn't you?
Years ago. I'm
Yes.
getting a different color though. I'm getting a better color from you now. So I got
Uh-huh.
here's my like pom
Okay.
poms.
Fabulous. And I've got two Ashleys, honey rooted and flame rooted, and my Alva, which, by the way, I absolutely adore. I mean, what is going on? how could I? Thing is, with these bobs, you see, is that you don't immediately, they don't immediately catch your eye. And this color is chocolate frosted R.
Beautiful.
It's fruit.
God, I love that color. That's I want that so bad. That's so
Yeah.
good.
The beauty of this is that the darkness of the fibers is towards the bottom, and around the face, there's so much highlights. So you can get two looks from one wig.
Mhm.
And we're going to discuss that at length. But shall we start putting a little bit of makeup on and actually talking about, let me get my notes up, because you know somebody's got to make notes around here.
Not me. Although if you knew me, you'd know that I was a very big detail-oriented note taker, but
There
not
you
with
go.
this.
There
I'm
you
on
go.
fly by the seat
There
of
you
my
go.
pants, baby.
And we've
When I
also,
get ready, I usually don't have hair on though, but I do that root spray. I love this root spray stuff. This is like my new greatest hits thing. So I will spray up my sides here like that, spray up my sides here like that because
this is
they're
the one
so
I have. Which is the one you have?
the L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Is it who makes that? Oh, is that say boots?
So I've also got this powder that I get from Amazon. And you
See,
can
this is like
actually,
this is what I'm doing now is like I'm spraying this in my sides here, and
yeah,
then I'm just dragging it through my eyebrows, which have almost no color. And now I don't have to spend any more time on my eyebrows because I mean, they look great. They look great. It doesn't sweat off, it doesn't rub off. But what's funny is that if I get a little too heavy-handed, I can just take a cloth and just kind of wipe around it. And I'm telling you, such a time saver. I'm in love with this new thing here. And then I just kind of rub some right in the front, and that's it. So now I've got my darker sides,
yeah.
and they're not so shiny. And
When
whatever I have left, I put in a little ponytail here.
when you used to get ready, okay, before you actually started hair, when you used to get ready to go to work, did you feel a little bit anxious when you were ready about how you were going to end up looking?
I would have to get up at 4 in the morning to be to work at 6. I would take 2 hours just and I remember this from the first my first wig journey a couple of years ago when I was making videos before I started wearing wigs. Hours. I would have to get up hours just to get it to where I was. And still all during the day it was horrific because I had topic powder falling all over me. I remember one guy whispering, and I heard him say, "Is she got what did he say? Is that like magic Sharpie or something on her hair, like on my head?" It was horrible, just horrible. And it's like incredible now because I get ready so fast, like so fast.
I know that's the beauty of it, isn't it? I hear completely what you're saying, by the way, because I used to have to make sure my hair was dyed, washed, dried, straightened, and then curled. And then I tried to mold it into some semblance of kind of a camouflage. I wasn't going to go through that anymore. It was so depressing.
So something else that's a game changer for me, one of my things that I absolutely love that I've been doing for the last 5 years is using a white or a nude color in my waterline. My waterline. I'm starting to talk like you.
Oh my
In my
God,
waterline.
that's
It
so
really makes my
good.
face look awake. I love this stuff. It
Yeah,
really does make a difference. And I know that a lot of people will say you can't do that all the time because of your eye safe, but I'm telling you, I do it anyway. I love it. It makes such a difference in making me look awake because I cannot put makeup or anything in like any of this. I just have to use my own skin tone. So I use that bronzer stuff. Like when I get out of the shower, like I already put it on the bronzer stuff because it needs about 45 minutes just to set up and kind of because it'll all the makeup I put on my forehead will get all in this pad right here. And this is gross. And I
yeah.
can't do that. So I just I just try to use with, just the bronzer and stuff that I have that won't rub off so much. I forgot my blush. I'll be right back.
Okay,
I gotta have my cheeks.
absolutely. This is ancient. It's actually Maybelline. You know, these are the sort of things you can pick up anywhere, really. And I'm just using a very neutral, sparkly mint color. And I'm putting it all over the lid.
I've changed so much from my last journey to this journey because I used to wear the shiny, sparkly eyeshadow and stuff, and now I just use matte. I'm a matte girl
Oh, do
now.
you? How funny.
And
Why have you
I changed
decided to use matte now?
because I started looking at pictures of myself, and they accentuate all. I have a lot of wrinkles. Just texture. It's texture. It's like a it's weird. It's like if I pull my skin, it doesn't go back right away. And so it leaves these lines. And so it was I really looked aged. And I kept seeing that all these, makeup at 50 in YouTube videos, and they're all using cream eyeshadows and matte. And it did take me a while to get moved over, but I'm really happy with it now. And so I don't use nearly as much eyeshadow. It doesn't take me nearly as long, and because I have hooded eyes. And then I used to always take my eyeliner and go all the way around both sides. And when I looked at myself, I looked like my eyes were like almond, or like, like slanted. And that's because it was closing everything up. So it does take a while to get used to the new, but I'm really happy with it now.
Yeah,
And the products are so good now. I mean, the products for mature skin. I'm so mature. I'm so immature. The products are so good now. They don't flake and make you look like you're tired because it's bleeding, down as the day goes on. Have you heard of tubing mascara?
of which
Tubing mascara.
I
So
have
like
heard of
this is
it, but I've never used it.
so cool. It's so cool. So these are L'Oreal products. So I have found these guys. I follow these guys on YouTube. They were makeup artists. They worked at Sephora, and now they're just doing YouTube videos. And they doing makeup on brides and the mother of the bride, and they have a lot of skills. And so they're the ones that kind of turned me on to these L'Oreal products. I picked these up at my grocery store. So they use this Lash Paradise, which has been around for years and years and years, and it's very cool because it gives you a lot of volume. Like it fills up your lashes, like makes them look real like thick. Because
Yes.
I'm not going to put in like little pieces of eyelashes and that kind of thing. I'm not going to do that. Like how you see people like that do these wig reviews, they're all glammed up, like they're glamour. And that is not realistic for me. But I do like to have eyelashes, because when you get old, you lose the color in your eyebrows, you lose the color in your eyelashes. And so to put all that back, that's an optical illusion, that just like a root in a wig. It's so weird that you would think you want to see your hair growing out, but that's what people identify with as normal, I guess. And
Yeah.
it's normalized in our minds. So if you don't have that, it doesn't look right. Do you wear a wig when you get ready in the morning?
Well, I put my makeup on first, and then I put my wig on afterwards, or my
Me
topper.
too. Me too. Have you ever worn blonde wigs, like gold blonde?
I've worn Melted Marshmallow by Renee of Paris, and I've worn Honey Pecan by Soft and Subtle Gabor, and that's probably the blondest I've ever gone. In fact, I was wearing it in the video, our last video together. It was one of those Soft and Subtle.
Once I get this mascara on, the Lash Paradise, then I go in with the other L'Oreal. It's called Panorama, and it's this gold one. It's kind of new. Milani has a tubing mascara, but it's too wet. I tried it. It's too wet. It doesn't dry down fast enough. So once they get these really full lashes, I go in with this, and it coats each lash in like a tube, and it comes off. So all you do is get a wet rag, like a warm wet rag, and just lay it on there, and it just comes right off. It's so
Oh,
cool. It's the neatest stuff ever. You'll love this. It's incredible.
well,
It's incredible. So I just
I've got a local number 7, and this is my number 7 Define and Enhance mascara, which is actually quite lengthening, but they do a tubing mascara. So I'm going to
you gotta
try
try
that.
it. You've got to try it. It's the coolest thing ever. It really does, and you'll notice a difference. I think Elf put out one. Do you have Elf over there? Do you
Yeah,
get your stuff at Boots? Boots is like a pharmacy type thing, like a Walgreens.
yeah. We've got Boots here on the high street. I'll try it. I was just thinking while we're getting ready, I was just wondering what you feel now after our little chat
Oh,
the other day.
Well, it was a little nerve-wracking in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. It was nerve-wracking in the beginning, not gonna lie.
What did you
I
find?
wasn't sure how people would, if anybody would understand it. And what I found was so many people are in the same situation, or their daughter is in this situation, or someone they know is in this situation. So
Did you go
that
in
was,
the comments?
yeah. And then I got comments, even and DMs, on my Instagram and Facebook. So I've gotten private messages from people as well. And so
Have they
I'm
been?
blown away at how many people are in this, have the same situation going on. It's like, and how COVID really hit it hard on us because of the alcohol that they were allowing to come through the door, which I still don't understand how they were doing that. But one thing I've noticed as I've gotten older is my whole face has changed. And so when I used to use bronzer, it would put it in the hollow of my cheek. And now I have to put it up higher up. Like instead of going down here, I go way up high. And I put my blush way up here. I don't put it on my apples anymore. I have to put it way up here. And it really does lift everything up. It's amazing how just the placement just up a little bit higher makes such a difference in just the overall appearance. Can't believe how it's changed.
It's funny how
But
we have to change our makeup as we age.
I was wondering how the comments were on you. I didn't know. I was ready for cancel culture. I was really ready for everybody to blow me right off YouTube and like, I don't care what wig you wear. I don't care what you look like. I don't want to hear from you anymore. And then I was wondering how it was going to be for you. With why are you associating with somebody who's like a criminal? And so I wondered, how was it for you? Did you feel any anxiety when it came out?
Well, it never occurred to me that we were going to get any negative comments. It didn't even cross my mind. So the very first two comments, when they came in negative, you could have knocked me over with a feather. I simply couldn't understand what the
I
problem.
was ready for that. I actually was ready for that. I figured all of them would be that way. So when I saw that come in, man, I
And it
just threw
really,
myself under the covers.
it really upset you, didn't it?
It did. I put myself under the covers and I didn't come up for a day.
And I was quite concerned about that. But then the third, so of course, I did address those negative ones.
And so did everybody else. A lot of people came to my rescue.
They did, because you see, the way I see it is that life is full of challenges and hurdles. And somebody suggested that you weren't particularly well and that you needed a professional. But the fact
Which
is
I'm
that
getting.
you've
I
already
do see a
engaged
professional.
with the professionals. You've had the talking therapies, you had the medication. It's not like you were just coming out blinking into the sunlight. You've already engaged with the professionals. Are you then to just be quiet for the rest of your life? You know,
Right.
and
And I'm still in therapy. I still have it. It's ongoing. And the nice thing is I was on every kind of medication you could find. I was on um, Lexapro, Rexulti, Wellbutrin. I mean, I had a basket full of pills that I was, taking every day, and I was still in that frame of mind of helplessness and hopelessness, and wanting to not wake up anymore. So I got tired of the chore of taking these pills and separating them out every day because it was taking forever. I got tired of it. I thought, these aren't helping me, and it's a hassle. And so I just chucked them all and actually gave them to my niece and said, get rid of these, and just dumped it. And then I started actually feeling better. I could actually find myself able to cope more than I was when I was taking them. I don't understand that. I don't understand that, but those pills did not relieve my anxiety. They did not relieve any of that.
and you're also attending a weekly.
Oh yeah. So part of my court ordered sentencing is a 52-week program, and I have to pay for it every week. It's very, very expensive. It's for a whole year, and I have to participate in that type of thing. So I really have gone into this with a mindset of I'm getting something out of it, and I absolutely love it. It's incredible. I have learned so much in such a short amount of time. I'm really almost glad, and I've said this, I'm glad that it is a 52 weeks. It's a whole year, because I don't think it 3 months or 6 months of this would really, I think I would miss it. And so I've really embraced it, and I really, really like it. I really like it.
Okay.
Um,
So we've established pretty well that you've actually been taking care of your mental health and your education. And, now is the time for you to, what color is that one?
so this is sugarcane R. I have this like a comparison of this one with my first one, which is iced. Oh no, that's not it. It's iced mocha R.
All right. Now, so seeing as you've put your Alva on, I'm going to put my Alva on. And oh, by the way, what do you use to secure your wigs?
So I have hardly anything left, but I have this tiny little ponytail,
Yeah.
and then I have a wig grip. So I make sure it's going back the
And
right
you
way.
and you always use the wig grip, and that suits you well, does it?
That's it. Now I know you do clips. I had some clips in my very first wig, and it just pulled everything
So
out that I
it's
had.
not clips, it's these, it's combs. It's a different thing. So you see,
You're right, because mine were clips
well, clips will grab hold of your hair.
and hurt.
All right. So if I can just say that I do divide my hair like this, and I wrap it around itself at the back, and then I clip it on each side, like so. I do this every single day, Dawn. This is really like getting ready for real. This
Yeah,
is
it is me
exactly
too.
what I do. So once I've got the hair wrapped around there, those combs just slip into that hair. And then right at the front here, I use the lace tape, you see? Even if
Yeah.
there's no lace, I'll use the lace tape, and it sits just underneath my hairline.
So what is lace tape? Because
It,
Alva doesn't have a lace front.
no, it doesn't, but it doesn't matter. So you can use it with and without a lace front. So it's strips, it's big strips that you cut to this size or whatever size
Gotcha.
suits you. Or indeed, if you wanted to have two, you can cut them and put two on for extra security. And it just sticks, it sticks. And it's wonderful because I know how you love to grab that hair and flip that hair. I know. I've watched enough of your reviews to know.
I have you seen my little short of me in 30-mile-an-hour wind? You haven't seen that, have you?
I probably have seen it. When did you film it?
A couple months ago.
Oh,
One
really?
thing that I love and have always loved, and it's almost embarrassing because you already know this, but I love blue based red lipstick, blue based, where it's got a blue undertone because it makes your teeth whiter.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
look really harsh now.
Right. So do you ever pull out any of this side hair here?
No, 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 because
No.
the way that my head is shaped, like the frame of my face, it does not fit around the way the wigs go. So it's always going to look anyway. And I am like this. Well, I guess I could because I sprayed my roots, but I don't because I like everything. I used to years ago try that, and kind of blend it in, but I don't know. You're used to toppers, so it might be something that you're more accustomed to the blending of both this and that, and I'm not. Um,
Because when I
God,
want to
it
put
looks
my
good on
hair
you.
up, it just
That looks so good on you. God, I love the color. That
and
looks
that's
so good on you.
it's on you.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I think it was a short. I saw it yesterday, the day before. I was in the drive-through on my lunch, and it was like, oh my God, that looks good because you had made a comment about like, oh, maybe I should have gotten the Seville instead, and this I think is going to be too dark. And I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no. But
Yeah.
oh my God, look at you. Look at you. Oh my God, you look like you're 39. Look at you. Oh my God. I mean, not that
No,
it's
but
just it's amazing the difference how,
it's
oh
amazing.
my God, that color is perfect.
That's why we decided to start with nothing, because this is actually what you get. Now look, this is what you get as a payoff for bothering to put makeup on and dressing nicely for work. It doesn't matter how much you try and put nice makeup on and whatnot. If you've got no hair, you're going to look unfinished. You're going to look unwell.
Good. the highlights on that. So this one is my ice mocha rooted, and I liked it because it had some of that subtle highlighting in it too. Can you see any of that?
Love it.
But not like that. That looks like macadamia LR. That looks like the Seville that I have. See that? That looks like what you've got on.
But the Seville, the LR, obviously the root is going to be darker at the top.
Well,
Whereas
it's going to be long. It's going to be,
a
it's
lot of the
longer.
highlight here is actually at the top, which is incredible.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. That I think that if you had this hair and you wanted a haircut, it would look like that. And then if you or you, I don't know where you're at on when you're looking at this, but and then if you had short, short hair and it grew out, I think it would grow into this. I swear. These would be very good. You that one and this one would be very
Yeah.
like
And
a
remember, we
progression.
also mentioned Reese. So Reese is when you've had the freshly cut hair, then it'll grow out into Alva, and ultimately then it'll grow out into Seville.
And I wanted to know that when I first started my wig journey back in the teens, 20 teens, I wanted to know a progression of style so I could kind of fit into the realm of a grow out. So I would look, I was just looking for a realism and what could be before I just started doing whatever, everything, anything and everything. And so I was really trying to find that. And so that would have been, this would have been good for me to know at that time. I probably would have really
Okay, if there's
gravitated to
anybody,
that.
if there's anybody out there, or maybe even this is a fresh idea for you guys, although I doubt it because you probably had all the ideas already, but invest in 3 pieces: the short version, the medium version, the long version, and then according to how you feel and what your needs are for that day, you can select the length that you want. And I love that idea. I love it. Now with Alva, are you a permatease girl, Dawn?
Oh my God, you know that. Come on, sister. You've been I got my own permatease. See, I'm growing my own. I was going to rename my channel. It'd probably be something catchy with permatease, so that people who were stumbling across me that didn't like permatease wouldn't stop.
Now I've put a band in. Okay, so what would you put on with Alva for work?
You ever wear that though? I noticed that I don't wear. I'm not a headband girl. I don't do headbands. I don't know why. So
Okay.
this is my older one, and so I'll just be honest with you. I've never washed it. I used to wash my wigs all the time, and then I don't know. I don't know if I don't want to say I got lazy, but I just stopped doing it, and I noticed that they lasted a lot longer. They didn't really need it. I would spray the inside, like if we went to like a greasy diner where I would come home, I could still kind of smell it, or the movies, I could smell popcorn in it. I would spray the inside of the cap with Febreze, but I never put it in a soaking bath. And so this has never had a soaking bath. This has been a daily wear for November, December, January, February, March, 5 months. And
Wow.
it is kind of, it is sticking together, but that's what I like about it is your bangs are down, mine are up because all of it's out of the permatease and just sticking up. And yours will get that way. It'll get that way. So it does, you get your money's worth out of this, girl. So I like to, and I've done this many times. I like to have and this is very youthful too. I mean, I'm 56, and it's like so fun to really look. It's kind of sad because it's like a magic trick. Um, I always was concerned that I would grow old and look really bad. I mean, it's going to happen. I was a sun worshiper. I love this. I'm like my dog. I love to sunbathe. And that takes a toll on my mom says they're called liver spots. She said, you got your liver spots shot. Liver spots, these dark spots. But I still look better than women my own age because of all of this hocus pocus. So I like wearing it up like this. I think it's super cute. It's youthful. No one believes me when I tell them my age, which, I'm not doing it for that. I'm just doing it to survive, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I get ready so fast. Look, I mean, I get ready so fast,
Hey,
so fast.
we're twins. See, I've
Isn't
done.
it cute? I like the sticky uppy. I like the sticky uppy.
Okay, so now we've got a very similar hairstyle. Shall we put on our work clothing?
Oh yes, I'm ready to go. I always put on my clothes ahead of time anyway, because if I don't, I'll pull it over and my makeup gets on it, everything. So I typically in the winter time and even during the summer, it's so cold where I work. I mean, they got to keep all that plasma on ice. It's like freezing in there all the time. There's so much equipment that keeps cold. I usually wear a navy blue or a white t-shirt like underneath, and then my scrub tops and my scrubs. So my place is navy blue. I remember my sister used to have hers used to be maroon, and I thought that was a good color too. So
All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on my work clothes.
Mhm.
And actually, I have selected a simple wrap dress. Okay. And with this wrap
Mhm.
dress, we're going to take this look from day to evening. What were we saying
um
just now about dates? You used to go out for a date every Friday.
yeah, with my husband, it was just, and I like to see my sister do it too. You go out to eat usually Friday nights. So um what would you do with this? I mean, what can you do with this? Just scrubs. So
So
um
that's your
I put a
outfit for
blazer
work.
on.
Yeah. And what
Yeah.
shoes are you wearing?
Well, so I don't know if you saw my little Skechers thing, my little Skechers. Let's see if you can see. So I've got my Skechers on.
Love them. Comfortable.
But what's really easy to do is I've always if I put this in here. I've always had a little pair of like flats, and they fit down in my. I have like a book bag type style purse, so they fit like really nicely into this.
And just for the fun of it, I'm going to take this Alva off just to start talking about my Paula Young. So this Paula Young I have not worn for so long. This is the Paula Young Flame Rooted. It's a bob. It's very similar to Alva in a lot of ways. Okay, fabulous. So I'm going to wear these shoes to work. Little ballerina pumps. This is the look. This is the look. I mean, that's much better than what we had before, right?
So much better. Let me give you a little tip. When you get to the restaurant
Yeah.
and you get to your table and
Yes.
you get sat down and you've got your glasses on, take out your phone and put it on camera and put it on selfie mode so you can see yourself. Then you can see yourself, and everyone just thinks you're doing this, right? Everyone just thinks you're right, and no one knows that you're actually like just checking your look. They'll never know.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Oh, of course it does.
Right?
It's
I mean, you got to see
uh,
like, oh, maybe the office called. I've got to check and make sure I didn't get that email I was waiting for, and you're actually just looking at yourself. You know,
not that
it's
we're
the little things we do.
uh, absolutely. You have to keep things going. Now, don't you love this sunglasses look?
Yeah, and that's a way to get that headband kind of look without
Mhm.
an actual headband, because I don't know about you, and maybe over there across the pond they have a lot of headband wearers, but I never see anybody wearing headbands. Do you?
Really?
Mm-mm. Not in my daily life. I mean, not at the grocery store. I don't see them at Dollar Tree or, Walmart. I mean, I just don't see people in headbands. Do you?
Sometimes, if they're lucky enough to have good hair. Why?
See,
Why?
I love this. I love this Alva because I love the back. But you can either wear it up at work and look fresh like that, or you can bring it down and get ready
Oh,
for,
I love. Do you know something? I love that messy look. I love
I
that
love that.
messy look.
That one's such a good one.
Do you like it? Have you ever tried red hair before?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so here's the other thing too, is you got to look at the color wheel. When you look at the color wheel, with the blue eyes across from the color wheel is like red, orange. And
Yes.
so the red just makes my eyes, you can
Wow.
see it from across the room. And not a lot of people have blue eyes anymore. So if you've got blue eyes, you want to
You want to
make sure
make
you
the
got
most
your
of
eyebrows
them.
on and use like so another thing that I do is to make my crease now, I use orange because it's going to bring out the blue.
Amazing. Amazing.
I got to play up what I got, sister.
Right. I think you look absolutely amazing. I've got some very discreet jewelry on, just little gold jewelry. This plain dress, I'll just probably put, you know, a
So
cozy.
how do you decide from wearing silver or gold jewelry?
Well, you see, I always wear this necklace. Anybody who knows me by this necklace. And I just match it with some gold. But yeah, so I'm warm, my shoes are on, this is my work look, and I'm ready to go.
Well, I got these really cute earrings. I watch sometimes I watch younger YouTubers like their Amazon hauls and stuff. The younger girls I think are cute that I can kind of think, oh, she's cute. If I were her age, I would look like her. So I'll watch her YouTube hauls and then I find out what the latest like earring look is for the summer or what the
Yeah.
color is for the year. And so I found these cute little earrings. I mean, you can get them on Amazon or you can get them. I found some at TJ Maxx. So they're kind of like these bulbs. So I've got like the in earring and so I would probably get in on my permatease and shake up this but the my problem is I don't know if I want to be blonde at work today or if I want to be brunette at work today. And
Oh,
so I don't know. I feel like there's a vibe with every color. Uh and so how do you decide? Is it just a mood thing or is it a
you know, that's a
like
really good
a
question. How do you decide what color to wear? I think I'd probably go with the weather and the
or the
amount of
weather?
light that's available that day, because if it's quite an overcast day, wearing something like this flame rooted, it's going to be okay. It's got a very dark root. I think this is a number 4. And because Paula Young has got permatease over this, it's not going to be shedding a lot of sunlight over the top of it to make it really, really seen and obvious. So I'd go out quite happy with this. Likewise, with the Alva. But you see, the reason why I particularly love this color is because you've got 2 colors in one.
God, so good. I mean, I was worried when you said I thought it was might be too dark for you, but boy, it's just good.
Okay. So I was very interested to see that you had your red lipstick on. And I'm
Yeah, it
going
I
to,
just use it as a base. So I've changed up my look quite a bit. I just use that red as a base, and I use one that's dries down almost to like painful and dry, you know. So I use it as a base, and then I've started putting on like a nude on top of it, and then it almost becomes like this has got a lot of product on it, so because it's really light,
I
like just a
really
nude
like that
to
look.
put on top.
I
So then it
love,
almost looks like an eyeliner, but I've got that blue base underneath to make my teeth white. And
yeah,
then I've got this really cool Wet and Wild. Do you have Wet and Wild over there?
yeah.
And so they have all that shiny stuff. And I know you like your shimmer like me. So I'll put that like right in the center. They see me do it at work all day. I'm
I
always putting this
actually
thing right.
really, really like that. Now, to go out, I I have I bought these sort of canisters. I've got 2 of these, and this is how I'm keeping all of my jewelry together. Because if you put it in a box, you can't see what you've got. And look, you just twist it open like that, so you get whatever you
Wow.
want.
Where'd you find that?
Amazon,
Of course.
of course, exactly.
Well, what I didn't know is that you have a different Amazon than I do, like almost like eBay's different than mine. So do we have the same products available?
Some of them. So yes, so you've got your statement earring, and I'm going to wear my statement earring. I'm going to go for kind of a fashion pearl. And if I really wanted to, this is a bit old fashioned. I don't know, but I think a pearl necklace is always.
Oh God, that's sexy. Oh my God. You did that. I need to give me some now. Oh my God. I'm going to Goodwill today. I got to get me some. That looks really sexy.
Also, I've got this other one. This is kind of a two-tone. It's a choker. It's a choker, and it sits like this. And I
I think
really
guys like
like it,
chokers.
you know.
Yeah. So you've got your bob and and then you got your hot pearls,
And I'm
Barbara
going to
Bush.
change my shoes. So what shoes are you going to wear?
so I grabbed the flats out of my bag because I had my flats, and I just chucked the tennis shoes into the car, into the floorboard. And now, if I want to do the blazer, I can do the blazer. But if I want to do something longer,
Yeah, you
so I
want.
still have my scrub pants on, and now I just have my navy blue tee. So because the shoes are black, I can do a black blazer, or I can do like a gray, depending on what the weather is.
I
And
love
so
that. You know, your
I don't
Goodwill. We call Goodwill charity shops in the UK. I walked into my charity shop and I found Ralph Lauren heels. Look at
wow,
these.
wow,
They were 10
gorgeous.
pounds. 10 pounds. And I think they go with this dress really nice. I love the sheen on them. But if you didn't want to use those, I've got these.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that point. Pointy shoes are very, yeah. Just like these, my flats are kind of pointy. Yeah. I think the
Yes.
point makes them dressy, really dressy. I get all my stuff at Goodwill, except my scrubs. I did get my scrubs from Amazon. My sister bought me like a round of scrubs when I first got my job, and then as I've lost weight, I have gotten them myself because they don't really look like scrubs. And one thing I love about them is they got a pocket right here on the leg. I can keep my phone on me,
Oh, that's good.
so I know when you're calling me, sister.
This is it. I didn't want to say anything. Now, so I'll
Now,
be
would you
back.
wear your hair down for dinner and up for
Oh,
work, or vice versa?
I wanted to make this point, all right? Now, because because we've got this two-tone going on here, if I was, and you know, this two-tone, it gives you that brunette look, okay? But if
I
I
love
was
that.
to put this up like this, suddenly it's mainly blonde. Wow.
Wow, look at that.
And I love that.
How
You see,
how'd you do that?
for my 145 pounds or whatever it was, I've definitely got two looks and I
Oh
love
my God,
them.
more than that though. Wow, let me see the back. Let me see the back. How'd you? Oh God, that's good. Oh good. That's
Don't you
good.
love the way the Alva moves?
So that's how Alba. You're talking about how it moves. That's how it moves when it's brand new. Like see how it's like. Does yours do this? Does yours do that real wispy? Yeah.
Actually,
See.
it's not bad.
Well, let me show you how it looks in about 4 months from now. So
Yeah.
remember how I used to look like the real me? And here's the part that I don't like to get like, when you're getting romantic after dinner, like this is what comes out. And it's like, oh,
Yes. Hmm.
that's the part that's scary. But see, when you get her a little bit older, I mean, in about 4 months from now, this is what you're going to have. And then, I don't know if you're a regular wig washer, what happens to it, because I don't really wash mine, but I wear my brush one. But see the movement?
Yes, it's less,
Just
isn't
all
it?
how it's stuck together. Can you see it's
It's
different?
less.
Um, it's a little
Yeah.
different, but I think I can still get that ex kitten look.
Do you ever
And
put
then
dry shampoo in your pieces?
no, I mean I did all of that. I used to do all of that, but at this point, I really don't have the money for that. You know what I mean? Because that's not cheap either. That stuff's not cheap either.
Every little thing, eh?
But you can get this. I think the older this gets, the bigger it'll get.
Yeah.
The bigger she gets. No, honest to God, I can do this for a video, but I don't know how long this will last. I mean, this looks better than Jones, if you ask me. But I don't know how. So this is pretty high. This is pretty big. Gina would love this. My little gal Gina who watches, she would love this. We like the permatease. But like if I left right now and went out, well, here it's breakfast. It's probably nighttime where you are, but it's still breakfast where I'm at. If how long this would stay up like this, you know?
But you know, but
I don't know. I don't know, because honestly, it isn't realistic to look like you're about to do like a music video.
Dawn,
But
Dawn, we don't always wear wigs in order for that real to achieve that realistic look, do we?
No.
I'm not always about that realistic look. Sometimes I am, you know, like for example, when I was getting ready just now to go to work, you know, my hair, I would brush those pieces down and they'd look very realistic. But when I go out in the evening, I want a touch of fantasy. I want a touch of glamour. And you're not going to get glamour with flat hair, I don't think, unless you go for the sleek look, you know, the slick back look,
Yeah. Yep.
which could
And
be
you know
quite
something that
expensive.
I like a lot too is I like a lot of like pins and things in it, because I think like bobby pins that have a little bling on them, I think they're kind of sexy too.
Mm.
That's probably a weird thing. It's probably just a me thing. But
What I
something, just I feel like I'm kind of sharing some things that make my life easy today. And so I know I shared it with you earlier, but if you can get yourself a shoehorn, that makes life so much easier. Just a little thing like a shoehorn. Just saying. Just saying.
yeah.
I've been watching a lot of other reviews on Alba just to kind of see, how other people style him. I don't see anybody styling it really. Have you seen anybody styling it? Just you. God, that looks so good.
I've been styling it in the mirror.
Just people on our reviewers, I guess, on YouTube. And I, like you had said in one of your little reels, is that you would pass this right by. I know I did. I saw it on a Facebook quickie thing with one gal, and I was like, wow, wow, I could do that. And I'm so glad that I did. I
Amazing.
mean, now you got it. You wouldn't have it either. Well, tell me you're gonna go broke being my friend.
I know. Well, that's okay because I'll be broke but happy. Now, what about perfume? I always wear something in the evening.
So I like this little thing. I can keep it in my purse. Yeah. Oh
Nice.
yeah.
What do you like to wear in the evening?
Right now I'm into Burberry Goddess,
Oh,
and my roommate, she's got Versace light crystal. That one I'm into. I was thinking about going to pick some of that up. But also something I really like to do is I like to wear my guys' cologne. Like so, I've always liked Aqua de Jo is a men's cologne, and I think it's like it could be androgynous. It could be both ways. I like to wear it myself, so I smell him all day. Yeah.
my goodness, what a romantic you are. I just go for Chanel. Chanel is kind of chance. It's my signature scent, and I wear it.
That's so British.
Isn't it? Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that
I
looks
know.
so good. Doesn't
Can't
it
help
look
it.
so good? You guys have so much fun playing dress up with it all day. Dress
So
it up for work, dress it down, dress it out for how would you go hiking,
I
Not
think
that you would go hiking.
with hiking, I think I'd just clip it at the back.
So how many people do you think do that desk to dinner? Probably a lot, huh?
Well, I think they used to more than they do now. But
Oh
it
yeah,
kind of reminds me of how we used to live. Do you know what I mean by that?
how we used to live. You mean when our parents were?
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s, people used to go
Oh
out
yeah.
so much more.
In the 80s and 90s, I was a young mom, so I was um I was young. I was young.
Yeah, but I don't think people go out as much as they used to. Also, the lockdowns. Oh, that's beautiful clip. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Mocha R. You saw my sugarcane R, and now this one is candy brown. It doesn't have any highlights in it. It's just I I thought I was getting a deal. I thought I was getting a deal because it said starting at $56, and I thought, oh God, I can get this for $56. Um, it must be a return. But oh wow, I just love that. I just love the I mean the color of that. I'm in love with the color of that. I would have got this is what's cool is I probably wouldn't even know what that looked like. How did you choose that color? Did you go out and watch different reviews on it?
It was a process of elimination. I didn't want any of the other colors, and I just whittled it down, and took a chance. And when I first received it, I thought I've made the most terrible mistake. Does anybody else do that? You get something
Yeah,
in,
that's what you told me. You said I don't know. I think I made a mistake. I'm
and
like,
I was
oh gosh,
disappointed, because it's not cheap.
no.
Um, but now I can really see now that actually it's probably the best one for me, for my skin tone.
Well, I told you before, the one thing that I only want to do with the stuff I put up is tell you what it works for me. Like you had that ocean wig that I had reviewed, and I'm like, do you know that my review was not positive? And you said yes, but I loved what I saw. So even though it may not be good for me, it might be good for someone else. Because I know I've seen a lot of reviews on Alva. I would never have picked this wig based on some of those reviews, but I saw on one person for like 5 seconds in just a quick thing on Facebook. I was like, and look at us now.
Yeah.
And I think there's others that are getting it too. I think, is there anything you would tell anybody who's never had an Alva, who's getting an Alva, that surprised you at first?
Let the wig
That
grow on you, because maybe when you first put her on, she's going to be rather dull. But she's got so much more. Once you start waking up the fibers, getting a little bit of the environment in her, you're going to start to notice the layers, the really ingenious layers around the face that sort of randomly flip up sometimes. And they're just so interesting, so sexy, actually. And whatever color Alva comes in, is amazing. So don't stress about the color too much. Again, you'll find a use for that particular color. And I would encourage anybody really to go for a medium bob like this. I think we've demonstrated that with our Paula Young bobs and our Alva and a load of other bobs that every brand does. You can never really go wrong with a bob. There's so much you can do with a bob to really transform everything about what you've got on your head. And that means value for money.
absolutely. That's the biggest thing for me, especially, and you're not single, but I am. And your every penny counts, and because everything's going out, that when you get enough saved, and I'll tell you, I fell down a rabbit hole of human hair for the first time in my life, about a year ago,
Yeah.
and I just pulled them out because I thought maybe I'll make a review on them, and there's no permatease, and I'm like, what do I do with this? I don't know what to do with it, and I felt like, I wonder how many, I don't remember this feeling when I got my synthetic wigs, my very first one, like, how do I take care of this? What do I do with it? Um, I mean, do you remember what it was like when you got your first wig? Like thinking like, how do I care for this? Because like, they're like, well, I was asking you, did you have human hair? And you're like, yeah, they don't last forever either.
No, it's amazing. Once you start washing them, the fibers, or the hair fibers, do change quite a lot. And you have to style them for sure. And they're more time, intensive. The beauty of synthetic is that they never fade, the color never fades, and the curl pattern is always there. They do become a little bit more clumpy, but I don't know. I don't know what
I
we.
think it's still real looking, with the clumpy. I still think it's still real looking. And because it doesn't drag like the Seville will drag, and it's gonna get frizzy and icky. Like look at my nape. Napes are the first place you really see it. And that's my nape. I don't know. Can you tell? It's like it's not, I mean, we're going on 4 months. It's not,
Bad,
I used to have to sit and like comb out, comb every night on certain wigs. This, I think because of the length, it's never going to go bad. It's not going to go bad fast. We'll probably be into this for years. You know
I
what I
hope
mean?
so.
I've had wigs for years. I don't wear them all the time, which is why I think, because they're, switching off. Um, but I'm shocked at how good this is. And honestly, with as windy as it is here in the Midwest, I mean, 50-mile-an-hour winds just out of nowhere, just hit you. Really crazy. I mean, I see my Chihuahua out there, and he just goes plunk. And to have it still look this good is just the fibers. I think for Noriko, I think there are brands that I gravitate more to now that I know my style, and going back through old pictures lately, but all my Norikos look good. I
Yeah,
think that
yeah, I
I
really.
just think they're really well made now. I mean, and I'm not advocating for Noriko, but if I'm going to put my money somewhere, it's going to be Noriko. Cause look at
Yeah.
your color. Look at that color.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
That's how I feel when I look at macadamia LR on Seville. I feel that love feeling like I see when I'm looking at that.
Yeah,
Gee,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, I'm going to be getting Seville.
now tell me something. Do you recognize that color in any of the Paula Young line? Do you
No, but
recognize
I
that color
think
in anything?
Beth made a comment and said it's very much like chocolate eclair in Paula Young. And actually, I think she's right. It's got that
Yeah.
frosted look. Yeah.
Do you have a chocolate eclair by Paula Young?
No, I don't. I don't. But if anybody wanted to look at Beth's best hair, I'm sure that
Oh
she's
yes, of
got
course.
loads of reviews. So is there anything else that you'd like to add? Are you going to have a good time tonight for your date?
Yeah.
Good. I'm gonna have such a good time on my date. I've got heels. I love heels. I've got the dress. I've
What do
got
you
the
usually eat on a date? Do you eat salad or do you eat steak? What do you share your plate? What do you usually eat?
I like something that's not too difficult to eat, you know, because you don't want to be fighting with your food at the table, do you?
In your teeth either.
Exactly. Um,
Again, that's when you take your cell phone and you pretend like you're texting somebody, but you're really looking at yourself.
exactly. But yeah, so have a good time tonight, and I'm sure that
We'll
we'll
catch up next week.
we'll be back on here with another scheme, and I'm sure we
Yeah,
will.
if you think of something that you want to see us do or wear or talk about, leave it in a comment.
Wonderful. Enjoy your hair, ladies.